Hello everyone, it's Rider here and welcome to another week in toys. Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of September. Where's the year going? And I have got a little parcel here from Toyfair Toys. And this is probably the longest pre-order I've ever had to wait for. I pre-ordered this figure back in August 2020, I think it was. And it was due to come out later that year. I think it was delayed then until January, but Toyfair only got a smaller shipment. And then it was rescheduled for June. Heard nothing. I thought this would be a completely lost pre-order. But out of the blue, I got an invoice about 2 weeks ago now, so it's been a while coming. Yeah, it's arrived today, which is pretty cool. Finally. So let's open it up. It's a big old box. It's a Selects box. Let me open it up and I'll show it you straight away rather than showing you the label. Selects Sandstorm. So it's another one of the Seeker molds. In fact, I think I have all of the Seeker molds from Earthrise now. I've got Thundercracker, Skywarp, Starscream, Thrust, Dirge and Ramjet, G2 Ramjet, and now this guy. So I've definitely got all the Conehead ones anyway. You can kind of tell how long this has been, I suppose, pre-ordered, because now with G2 Ramjet, which I ordered after this, all the inserts are cardboard and not plastic, but this has still got a plastic insert. So God knows where this has been sitting for the best part of 6 months, but it definitely has been packed anytime soon because Hasbro have gone virtually all cardboard on their packaging now. This looks lovely. This is Decepticon Sandstorm, based on a concept art from G2, rather than the Triple Changer Sandstorm Autobot figure, which turned into like a dune buggy and a helicopter, which we still haven't got a decent Generations figure for, not G1 looking anyway. But yeah, this is another Conehead to add to the collection, another G2 inspired figure, and I'm toying with the idea of getting the Combat Megatron because that is also another concept G2 figure. This, of course, should have been from the original G1 Seeker mold, but it was never released for whatever reason that may be. So Hasbro have given us this lovely, well, Earthrise version of that concept art, and I think it looks awesome. I'm really excited to have a look at him and get him out of the packaging. So today's Tuesday, the 28th of September, and I've popped in my local charity shops and I've had a few little finds here. I'll start off with the stuff that I've picked up for my son. So I picked up 2 of these Treasure X figures. These were about £6-7 a pop, and they come in like a slime filled thing or whatever it might be. But I saw them there and I thought, you know what, he hasn't got them too, so 50p each, got them. I also picked up this little, and I don't know why I did it, but Oliver likes the Lego Lightning McQueen, and this was there for 50p, and it's Duplo, right? But you know what, he'll play with it, so there we are, picked up that as well. I also found one of these for 50p. This is part of the Disney Infinity saga. Oliver is really into his Skylanders, and I thought, well, this might be another thing that you can pick up because I see a load of these about. And that was 50p, so I picked up an Anakin there. And then I found some Power Ranger stuff. So I found an original Black Ranger, a bit worn, as you can see. Yeah, paint wear here, and also he's missing his gun belt. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I found this, which I'm guessing is a Power Ranger. I think it's a Power Ranger, but I can't find any markings on it. But yeah, it looks like it changes into what looks like an arm, doesn't it? I think it looks like an arm. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know if this is to the same set, but this is also a Power Ranger piece, and this is definitely an arm because it's got a hand on it. It looks like a lion with a spinny part here, and that opens up. I don't know. They were 50p, so I picked up them. Don't know why. Maybe I'll try and sell them on. Don't have a lot of luck with Power Rangers stuff, but I can stick them together in a lot and maybe get more than the quid that I paid for it. So to let you know, I've still got this, and actually I am going to hold on to this and try and probably complete this because I've seen what it looks like online. It's pretty cool. But the polar bear one, I actually sold for £35. It was actually really quite rare. So that was well worth the 50p investment for that little thing. So it just goes to show you can find some real bargains, and that money has really gone towards what I've spent at the NEC Toyfair today, which you'll see later on in this video. And probably a little find, which I've already got, but to find it complete was pretty cool. A little Legends last night Megatron. He was missing a leg, but I found his leg in the tub. He was 25 pence. So there you go. Cool little finds. A bit of fun going into the charity shop. So I just thought I'd share with you what I found. So today is Friday the 1st of October, and no more pickups, but I want to share with you some of the stuff I've saw in retail over the last week or so. So I have moved jobs yet again. I moved jobs 6 months ago, and I'm moving jobs again. And I had to go into Birmingham in order to hand in my laptop. And I thought, well, while I was there, I'll have a quick look in Forbidden Planet. And they had Road Rage there for $24.99, which I was tempted to pick up until I saw Track sitting next to it for $18.99. And I just thought to myself, this is a repaint, and all it's got is a new head, and yet it's £6 more. So I left it there on the shelf. But nevertheless, it was cool to see. They had a fair few Transformers in there. They had some Studio Series 86. They had Rodimus as well, which was pretty cool to see. And also Kingdom Wheeljack, which I don't think I've actually seen in person. On top of that, they also had sorry, I'm looking at them on my phone now to remember what they had. They had a Rhinox for £27. He's one figure that I'm going to pass on unless I see him really cheap, simply because I'm happy with the Generations version I've got. They also had G.I. Joe Barbecue there, which I've got pre-ordered through Comics and Cocktails, which I haven't had an invoice for yet. So I think Forbidden Planet were the first people in the UK to get this one in. If I hadn't pre-ordered it, it would have been a nice little pickup. But nevertheless, I left it there on the shelf. And then, early this week, I went up to Smith's with my son. And I saw that they had episode 1, in the episode 1 vintage card, retro card packaging, Jar Jar Binks for $33.99. That thing is going a shelf warm there. It's been reduced on most websites now. I was just shocked to see it for 34 quid. It is not worth 34 quid. But I was also shocked to see they had Evelyn in stock from the Masters of the Universe Revelations line, which I was tempted to pick up. But they also had Teela in stock, which I didn't think was out yet, and also Beastman. Now, if they'd have had Man at Arms, I would have picked up Man at Arms, but I decided to leave these because they're £25 now, and I think $22.99 for them was a little bit steep. These are £20 figures, £20 figures tops. And for a line that I probably would have been virtually all in on at £20 a pop, I can't see myself buying that many of them for £25. I know it's only £5 difference, but it's just more money at the end of the day, and everything is going up. Everything is going up. They also had the new Bumblebee movie Thrust, which was cool to see on the shelf. And yeah, that was it really for what I'd seen on the shelf in Smith's. I am hoping, I did walk down to the Entertainer, and because there's also an Entertainer in Warsaw, because my son wanted to get some How to Train My Dragon stuff, and I was hoping that they would have Waspinator in there, because I've seen Shadow Panthers turning up in some Entertainer stores, but no luck there, unfortunately. I have made a few pre-orders this week, and it's been a while since I've actually pre-ordered anything, especially from Hasbro Pulse, because for some reason they won't accept my card. But I pre-ordered that Jackpot figure that's coming out, all over Action Masters, big part of my youth Action Masters work. Got loads of them up in the loft, on most of them in fact. And Jackpot, it's cool to get an Action Master repaint. We don't think we've ever had a transforming version of Jackpot. I might be wrong, but there we go. And to use that Battle Master that looks like a pterodactyl as his partner, I think was a bit of work of genius. So well done, Hasbro there. Yeah, it's 30 quid, but you know what? I'm happy for that, for such a niche character that I haven't got in my collection. And also Pterosaur. So Pterosaur was announced yesterday. I pre-ordered that. I think it's 22 quid from Pulse. Yes, we might have to wait a little bit longer than In Demand and some of these other places, but I'm not fussed. At the end of the day, like, they turn up when they turn up now. I don't need to get them first. But Pterosaur looks quite cool. I would have liked a new mould for him, but you know what, they've done extensive rework on it from the Air Razor mould, and he looks cool. As I say, I'm not fully in on all the Beast Wars figures that are coming out, but I would like to. I do want to pick up Tigertron, I do want to pick up Pterosaur, I do want to pick up Waspinator, and then if there's a Tarantulas Happy Days in Legacy, I'll probably pick up that as well. But other than that, you know what, I'm not going to go in on all these repaints like the Nemesis Prime or like the Silverbolt repaint of, is it Silverbolt? No, Skywalk repaint of Air Razor. I'm not bothering with those. I'm not interested. But nevertheless, a couple of more figures pre-ordered. It's saying March next year, but I doubt that there will be March next year. I think they'll be a little bit sooner than that. And this Sunday, so in a couple of days' time, I'm going to my first kind of convention in since the pandemic. I'm meeting up with Luffy, Brad, and my mate James, and we're going to the NEC Toyfair. Now, I'm on a budget this year, simply because, well, I left my old job and I wanted to leave on a certain date. They asked me to leave sooner for whatever reason that is. So I'm about a week's worth of money down and they haven't paid me my holiday pay, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. But there we go. So I'm on a bit of a budget this year, but also my collecting habits have changed. I'm not buying as much as I was. So it's going to be nice to look round and have a search for some bargains there. So the next time you see me, it'll be when I'm back from the NEC Toy Fair, or even with some footage from the NEC Toy Fair. So today is Sunday the 3rd of October and I have been to the NEC Toy Fair. I have been to my first convention since Liverpool Comic Con in March 2020. So a good 18 months. And you know what? I was a bit nervous, a bit anxious about going to such a crowded place, but it was pretty good in there. Relatively big queue outside. I got there for 10:30 just as it was opening, but the queue moved fast. Check your COVID certificate outside, got yourself a COVID status check wristband, and then went straight in. It was quite good. I really enjoyed it. A little bit disappointed my mate James couldn't make it because he actually tested pretty positive for COVID on a lateral flow test this morning. Absolutely gutted because I haven't seen him since Liverpool Comic Con. So I was really gutted that I won't get a chance to see him at least for another couple of weeks, but hopefully we'll arrange to meet up soon. But I did catch up with Brad and Luffy. Brad, Xilly and XLR, and Luffy. I'll put a link to both their channels in the description. You know what? The biggest pickup today was spending time with friends. Actual time with people who you care about. Spending time with Brad and Luffy, who I haven't seen since TFN 2019. And then I didn't know Luffy too well, to be honest. We've been chatting on our group, me, Brad and Dave Shotton now for God knows how long. And it's just so nice to meet people in person. And that's the biggest pickup of the day, spending the day with them. It was absolutely awesome. Amazing people. Loved every second of it. So cheers. Yeah, and it was a good show. So before I get into pickups, let's flip over and I'll show you some pictures of the stalls that I took during the convention. Okay, so in fairness, one of my most expensive pickups today was my lunch. It was £13.10 for a chicken tikka, like roll or whatever it was, with mint mayo on. That it was just basically bread. There was nothing on there. A muffin, a drink, and some crisps. £13.10. What a bloody rip-off! But what I will say is that this haul didn't cost a fortune. Previous Comic Cons and conventions and all that, I normally go all out and spend a load of money, but my collecting habits have changed, and I think the most expensive item I bought was like 22 quid, so it's not like I'm spending stupid money. So I'll start off with the first thing that I bought, and this was from Geeky Nerd Toys, and it's the first time I've actually seen this figure, and it's £5 cheaper than retail. It is Masters of the Universe Revelations Man-at-Arms. They had Teela as well, and Spycore, and also Beastman, all for £20. I was tempted to pick up a Teela or a Beastman, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to enjoy this Man-at-Arms figure. It is the best one of the wave, if I'm honest. And I didn't need to pick up the rest of them today. I can pick them up at a future point if I want to. But it was great to say £20, so this is cheaper than retail. And to be honest, it's the price that these really need to be. These feel too much at £25. I think I mentioned that the other day. But for £20, Geeky Nerd Toys, fair enough. And then loads of decent prices on there. And when I was paying for that, I just decided, you know what, this is a Kingdom figure I wasn't going to pick up, but it was £5 cheaper than what it was at Smith's. It was Rhinox. So I was happy with my Generations Rhinox, but this was there. It's 22 quid. I actually saw it in the flesh, and I really like the head sculpt on it. I've heard the legs are a little bit of a nightmare on him, but as Luffy said, not as bad as Track, so hopefully they won't be too bad. But yeah, you know what? You don't get a Voyager for around 20 quid these days. I mean, the Voyagers are pushing 30 quid now. And to see it on there for 22 quid, I thought, you know what, I'm going to pick it up. So I picked up that and Man-at-Arms for, just over 40 quid, but which was the majority of my spend today. So the next item was actually a gift, and this is from Brad. He was showing some pictures on the group of a Power Core Combiner that he got, and I was like, that's awesome, I've never seen this. Power Core Combiners is a big gap in my Transformers collecting and knowledge. I remember seeing them, but I don't think I own many of them. I might own a couple, but not a lot. And I don't understand that. I didn't understand how the limbs worked and everything like that, to be honest. But Brad said to me, I've got a spare figure, and I'll throw in some different combiner limbs as well, because I haven't got them. So he's gifted me Undertow here. I don't know if this is transformed right. I've just done it how I thought. I haven't even investigated yet. But the Undertow is the bot here. He turns into a boat, and it's that head sculpt I love, like the old deep sea diver. It's absolutely stunning. And he's thrown in a set of combiner limbs, which I think he said were from Mudslinger. I might be wrong, but I remember him saying it's probably the best set of limbs, but at the worst combiner body. But yeah, you know what? These are cool and they're fun. It's nice to have and they fall apart a little bit, but you know what? It's all good. I mean, bloody hell, how many combiners actually just fall apart anyway? But you know, these are actually really fun, and I'm not going to go out hunting for loads of them because I don't feel I need to, but would I pick up some more? Absolutely. These are real fun. So cheers, Brad. Not only was it a gift today seeing you, mate, but this is a stunning little bot. And I will promise I'll look how to transform him properly, because I've just done what I think looks right. It's probably wrong. But cheers, Brad. So I've got Mudslinger, arms and legs, and Undertow bot in the middle. So cheers for that, mate. Then the next thing that I found was on a store called the Monster Company, and it was actually a Transformer I found. I had some boxes of Transformers on there, and this was £3, and I don't own this character yet. I've pre-ordered the Kingdom one, but yeah, it's Transmetal Pterosaur. I think he's obviously missing his weapon or something, but he was £3. Not a lot of money. Chrome's really nice on it. Yeah, so I thought, you know what, for £3, awesome. They had They had the Armada version of this as well, which I think Luffy was looking at. Or, no, it was looking at the Rhinox one. But I picked up this Transmetal one, which I think was quite cool. For £3. Yeah, it's no money really, is it? And speaking of no money, I had to get an Arnie, didn't I? I always go to these things and get an Arnie. And there were some Terminator 3 ones, like a NECA figure with him holding the coffin and all that. But they wanted £25 for it. This was £5. And it's a steel mill Arnie. I think it's a slightly older NECA figure. It didn't come with a gun, that's just a spare gun I've got. But my mate James has actually said that he thinks he's actually got the gun for this, which is awesome. But for a £5, I just couldn't grumble. I always come back from an Arnie with one of these when I go to these conventions, and I don't have a representation from the steel mill at this scale. I've got the bigger 12-inch version, I think, but not this scale. So I thought, you know what, that's awesome. I'll pick up that for a £5. Happy days. And my final pickup from the Toyfair. Was the first item I looked at, believe it or not. When I was waiting for Brad and Luffy, because I got there about 10 minutes before them. I was looking around and I saw this figure. I asked how much he wanted for it, and he said £20. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a look round first. And it was literally on the way out. Everyone was packing up, and we just walked past this store. I think Luffy did the same. Luffy went and picked up a Sharkticon on the way out for £20, one of the new Studio Series 86 figures. So he picked up something on the way out, and then we were walking past this store which had predominantly Transformers on there, and I saw that this figure was still there, and I asked him what his best price was, and he said he'd do 15, so I took it, and I'm really happy I did. It is Universe Onslaught. This is a figure that I've always flirted with buying, and I was still umming and ahhing about it when Brad just went to me, £15 is a good price, buy it. And I was like, alright then I will. But this thing is awesome. It's a big chunk of a bot. It's got a lovely alt mode. Yes, it's an Onslaught that doesn't combine, and I bet that caused some real issues in the forums back in the day. But this was £15. It's complete. It's got his guns, which are often missing. It's got his shield, which are often missing. The electronics still work. And the pathetic siren. But yeah, a bit odd how the shield connects in robot mode. It's a bit odd that it just sits on the top there. But yeah, it's one of my favourite. It's my favourite pickup of the day, actually. Apart from probably this one, which Undertow, which Brad gave me. I think this is actually my best purchase of the day. Yeah. So, yeah, a pretty decent little haul, and just proves you can go to one of these places and not spend a fortune. I also got some stuff from my son. I got him some Ben 10 stuff, some Skylanders bits, and some Pokemon. I got him a Vaporeon cuddly toy, which he was happy with. And, you know, it was just a great, great day. Brad picked up some cool stuff. Luffy picked up some really cool stuff. But I don't think any of us broke the bank. I don't think any of us bought like a stupidly crazy purchase. We just picked up some bits, and you know what? It was really enjoyable to do that rather than go chasing you really, really expensive items. There were some cool things actually. I want to call them out. You might have saw them in the video. It looks like some custom Ghostbusters figures, which look awesome. And I noticed on the photograph when I was obviously editing this, and it said pre-order now. I don't know how you pre-order them, so that's a shame. But yeah, there was some really, really cool stuff there. Space Bridge was there, Geeky Nerd Toys were there. It was a really, really good day, and I'm really excited to go back in December the 27th, and see what else I can pick up there. But it's been a cool, it's been a good day, and for someone who hasn't really been picking up toys lately, I'm over the moon with what I've actually picked up, and I'm over the moon I haven't broke the bank either. So yeah, what do you think? Did you go to the NEC Toyfair? If so, did you pick up anything? If you didn't, did you see anything in the pictures that you fancy? Do you think I've got some good deals or not? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, I think that's it for this, probably a fortnight in toys. Let's call it an NEC special or whatever it is, but that's it for this week. I'll catch you again very soon. I need to do some more reviews. I need to review Slug. This is the only Studio Series 86 figure I haven't reviewed yet. And I might actually, I might actually do a review of this guy because I actually really, really like him. Anyway, until next time, I've been Zort Rider, and I'll catch you again really soon.